It's time for Socially Awkward Media with Levack Goz. Awkward on 104.5 The Team.
I think he's talking about you when he says awkward.
Why me? I'm not the one tweeting
Look at
in.
this. This is smooth right here.
You have, like, nothing
Smooth
to
as
it.
peanut butter, baby.
Wow. All right, I'm going to move on from that and hopefully have this segment here. Again, it's Socially Awkward Media. We're always letting you be a part of the show. You can tweet into the show at 1045 The Team, Facebook.com/1045 The Team, or at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ, or at the Jeff Levack. You want to talk about sports?
I think my name should have come first.
Who cares, Levack?
I'm just letting you know.
I'm talking about myself.
Just telling you that's how it
That's
goes.
making this awkward. Now I'm going to move on to the first tweet we got.
It's socially awkward. It's
David on Twitter
happens. Like, that's why we call it socially awkward.
Said this as a response to one of our tweets. We tweeted out, what do the Bills have to do to take down the Seahawks tonight? David responded, score more points than Seattle. Hashtag analyst, hashtag go Bills. Thanks,
hashtag
Dave.
Sarcasm, hashtag words I can't say on the radio. I like your bluntness, but come on, man.
I mean, you're getting acknowledged for that. If you want to add, like, hey, stop the run game.
Did anybody do the homework? Hashtag Goz hates old people?
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of those. Do we want to get to those now?
No, you can build to them. I just wanted to know.
No. We'll get to it now because you're so excited to hear what people have to say about me and old people.
Bear.
Marcus on Twitter tweeted in. He wrote, Goz, the first step in recovering is admitting that there's a problem. I'm glad you're coming to terms with not liking old people. That was from a previous tweet that Marcus had sent out that he said the reason I keep my apartment cold is to keep old people out.
Yeah, they hate the cold.
This has started because Levack is convinced I rooted for the Cleveland Indians in the World Series because I didn't want to see people who were old watch the Cubs win.
Right. You hate old people. You didn't want to see happy old people. There was a woman who was 108 years old. She literally was part of or was aware or alive the last time the Cubs won, and now is alive for this one because you didn't get your way.
You know what? For a long time, I've just battled against this, that this is just made up by Levack. I have no issue with old people, but now I do have an issue with those type of old people. The oldest of the old.
The oldest of the old.
Because you know what they were trying to do? You know Fox and everybody else was trying to find the oldest person in Chicago.
Absolutely.
And you know what those old people said? Even if they weren't even Cubs fans. Oh, I get to be on the TV, the old talkie box, huh? I'll do it. Come on, lying. They're getting busted. They were never Cubs. They were never Cubs fans. They wanted to be on TV.
God, you hate old people.
I had no issue with it until now, and he brought up those people.
Those old people.
Old of old. You know, we also go to Socially Awkward Media here, and Kyle tweets in and says, Goz, you and Nick Saban have a lot in common, apparently. He sends us a picture of College Game Day, and in the background of Kirk Herbstreit is a sign that says, Saban hates grandparents. Nick Saban earlier today talked about how he didn't know the election was last Tuesday. And now people at Game Day, that could be the new thing. People hating grandparents. Levack, do you believe that? Nick Saban's not a fan of old people.
Who always votes?
Old people do love to vote.
So Nick Saban is so against old people, he doesn't even believe in the election. And you are like Nick Saban and hate grandparents.
So Kyle in some ways trolled me on that, but he also got after you, and it involves the sports thing with your favorite team.
What's that?
Kyle tweeted at you and wrote, Levack, good game. Your new players really helped out a lot. LOL. And he sent you a picture of zebras.
Oh, this is Harambe.
Harambe. Yeah, now if you don't know the story, Harambe, our LOL crew guy, is a huge Denver Bronco fan. You are an Oakland Raider fan.
Right.
Do you think the referees, a.k.a. the zebras, had a big effect in that Raiders-Broncos game on Sunday night?
Absolutely not. A week after getting 23 penalties for 200 yards? No. You just got a good old-fashioned butt whoop in Denver. Enjoy it. It's been a while since the Raiders have given you one.
You know, for me, I think they probably should have thrown a lot more penalties against the Raiders. This is a team that's been a culprit. All the cheating that went on in that Buccaneer game by that Raiders squad.
Yeah, the
NFL
cheating.
record.
Yeah, that time they ran out and just made Aguayo miss for no reason.
23 penalties in that game.
And you still lost.
Mr. Proctor chimes in. Conor
That's
McGregor
my
right
dude.
now live at the press conference for USC 205, which you can watch on pay-per-view. It's in Madison Square Garden. Mr. Proctor wrote into you yesterday, Levack, and wrote, see, McGregor got spanked. Don't make excuses for him. A lost is a lost.
He got spelled correct.
The old smell check out of him.
Because I said McGregor shouldn't have taken that fight. When a dude is like 30 pounds heavier than you, it's a lot harder to knock him out. And, so Mr. Proctor, as he's known to do, disagrees with me and says, hey, man, a loss is a loss. And that's all there is to it.
This is the second week in a row on Socially Awkward Media where people, if you spell something wrong, you're going to guarantee your spot on the show.
Well, especially, if you're going to talk smack to somebody, like, are you like me where, like, I make sure everything's right? Like, I'll actually bring somebody in, like, I think I've got a great burn. Will you check this and make sure? Because I know they're going to, if you got the wrong there, it's not going to work.
The classic one, you're an idiot, and you spell your Y-O-U-R.
Yes.
You're just asking for it then. DeHoos, D-E-E-J-U-S. I'm going to call him DeHoos. On Twitter chimes in, he writes, listening about Colin Kaepernick is making me realize he has Kardashian syndrome. Not enough attention. And you buying this about Colin Kaepernick the other day announcing he didn't even vote in the election? Does he now love the attention and people talking about him?
I think he's always loved it. And I think he finally found a way to get it back without actually being on the football field. Because now he's on the football field, I bet you he talks a little less. You know what I mean? Because we're actually paying attention to him. He's playing well. He's playing okay.
When you go from being a starting quarterback for a Super Bowl team, which Colin Kaepernick was, then the next year being on the cover of ESPN, the magazine's football preview edition, kissing your bicep, and you get a huge contract, you think, I'm the next big thing. Everybody loves me in San Francisco. I was this kid from Nevada who no one gave a chance, and I'm going to lead the Niners to Jim Harbaugh, come back now!
Yeah,
Coach!
Right.
And then things didn't work out the way he wanted.
Jim Tom Sula screws up your whole career. No, I mean, dude, he's... I don't know. I'm just done with him. I think he's a baby.
He has become the biggest fan of himself. Colin Kaepernick, no one thinks he's better than Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to go to Denver because he knew in the offseason, hey, if I'm the Denver Bronco quarterback, I might have a chance to get back to the Super Bowl. Just didn't work out for him. Jesse on Twitter asked this question about college football. Could Alabama football beat Hillary?
Alabama football... Clearly, anyone can.
I guess the question.
Too soon.
I don't know if it's a question of like one of those. Is the best college football team able to beat a professional team? Like, could they beat the Browns? Or is it phrased like, can anybody beat Alabama football? Let's use it for the second one. Are they so dominant that nobody could touch Alabama football? Even your Michigan Wolverines, the Clemson Tigers, are they untouchable right now?
I'm starting to think. I got to be honest with you. I read something, I don't know who wrote it. I think you were the one who pointed out to me that somebody wrote a whole article on how Clemson could beat Bama. And I think Michigan could give them a run for their money. I don't think Bama's going to win it all this year.
I still don't feel like any team in the country is within single digits of Alabama. Michigan, maybe, because they play a similar style of football, a pro style. They're not doing like a gimmicky read option. They're not doing a pistol. But Alabama's pro-style football players right now are better than Michigan's. A year or two, give me that matchup when Michigan with Harbaugh recruiting might catch up to Alabama, but not now.
Bama kind of go spread offense right now, though, because their quarterback's so mobile.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, yeah.
And then there's the Jabril Peppers factor for Michigan, which is always fun. You don't know what the kid's going to... He lines up at like 11 different positions in a game. I'm waiting for him to be like an offensive lineman.
Jabril Peppers, by the way, I thought in the beginning of the season he was going to have a chance for the Heisman, and a lot of people are hopping on that bandwagon, but he's become the most marketed player from a college football program that they want him to win. When you're reporting tackles for loss and what you're doing in certain games, they want him badly. It's like a Joey Harrington situation. When Oregon bought the huge banner in Times Square, Michigan is pushing Jabril Peppers, but it just doesn't look like it's going to work out.
Well, that's definitely a Harbaugh. Harbaugh because he did it with Locke, and I don't know. Like, I'm not as. I guess I think it's going to actually be a competition once we get to the Final Four. I don't think it's going to be just a guaranteed Bama runs away with it. I think either Clemson or Michigan, maybe even Ohio State, could not only give Bama a run for their money, but possibly beat them.
We have two other ones quickly here. One was a poll and one was a question we had on 104.5 The Team. If you had to pick an athlete to be the president, who would it be? Ben on Twitter earlier this week wrote Willie Nelson. Not much of an athlete these days, but he was good in his day.
Maybe he meant Reggie Nelson, the secondary player for the Raiders.
I think Ben truly had the intentions of getting on Socially Awkward Media and intentionally answered the question wrong.
Well, Willie Nelson is allegedly in Massachusetts right now enjoying legal recreational marijuana.
Also, Michael George, our pal, chimed in, and he asked the question, hey, vote right now for your favorite 104.5 The Team radio personality. Levack, you were nominated, myself, Roger Weiland, Zach By. The votes are in. by a margin of 100%. I was the winner.
I didn't even see this.
I know you didn't, because no one did except me. There was one vote cast.
And it was you.
And it was me. So,
you win. Congratulations.
The balloting's done.
But wait. The Electoral College, I won anyway.
We got to talk to Mike George about
I won anyway. You were the popular vote, but I won the Electoral College.
So, again, that's Socially Awkward Media. According to the internet, I am now the most popular host on 104.5 The Team.
You're my favorite host on 104.5
You didn't even vote for me.
I don't like it that much. It's not. Let me tell you how much I care about about that. I didn't even know what was going on. Okay, I got other things I got to focus on around here. Should I just have Nick Saban say it for me? Here, this is me on your vote.
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't even know yesterday was election day.
I didn't even know.
So it was so important to me that I didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah.
We're focused on other things here. I don't really make political comments.
I'm on to Football Friday.
You're on to Football Friday. And again, if you want to be a part of Socially Awkward Media, you can ask whatever you want. Sports, life, questions. At Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ, at the Jeff Levack, at 104.5 The Team.